Hey everyone, welcome to session. We're going to do a session on our heart today. We're going to make sure it is balanced, flowing, healed, and it is open and you are heart-centered in your life in general. And when you're not, you know how to recenter with your heart and get back into tune. That's what we're going to learn today. Take a comfortable position, however you would like. I apologize if this is a little dark, but it is hot outside and I'm in the shade, so just bear with me on this video. And I want you to put all of your focus and your attention from all the noise, from everything, just put it on your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through our mouth. Nice, deep, and slow. Try to sit up straight if you're sitting so the energy can flow through your spine as you breathe, because when we're breathing and we're using our focus to focus on our breath and to move it and put all of our attention on our breath, you are moving energy. This is how we transmute energy. Everybody makes this way more complicated than it is. And in my sessions, I hope I simplify it because, yeah, it's hard, but it's pretty simple steps. You just have to learn how to move energy. And if it's stuck or blocked, stagnant, then you learn how to transmute that. You learn how to transmute that energy. It's just changing from one form to another. Okay? It's changing from a low vibration into a higher vibration, which means it's from one frequency to another. It's just changing forms. Okay? So if we have a broken heart, if your heart is broken, then it's blocked. Okay? You're blocking that off, or you are absorbing all those emotions within your heart and you're not releasing it properly. So if you have any heart issues, you can heal your heart. You don't have to take medication. I see these people going to the doctors all the time. They're not healing you. I'm sending them lots of love, but the doctors aren't actually teaching you guys how to heal yourself. They're giving you medication. They'll tell you to do healthy activities, but they don't understand the mainstream doctors. They don't understand energy and emotions and the way that it actually affects our reality and affects our bodies. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're there for a reason, but you can't go to someone that's not healing you all the time because all the power is within you. You got to figure out how to heal your heart. You got to figure out what you're blocking off, or if you are too hard on it and you're rushing in life and it's just absorbing all that worry and stress and rushing in life, which means it's constantly not in balance either way. There's a lot of people that will block or they're just way too much. But in general, they're not heart-centered and their heart isn't working properly. Excuse me, sorry. So that's what we have to figure out today as you're breathing. Is your heart, what's it look like? I want you to do a scan. It's really, really important in this time, in these shifts, in these new eras coming up of peace and love, that we're heart-centered so we can go with that energy. We can tune into that energy. And we're not consumed in the matrix life of fear and limitations, dependency, not understanding life, so it's just life's draining all the time. But if we understand life and we understand how to transmute energy from taking one form, it's in one form, and you're changing it to another form. So if your heart is unhealthy, if anything's wrong with your heart, you're just going to change that form, and you're going to change it where it's vibrating high and it's flowing and it's healed and it's working the way it's supposed to. Life is about love. What kind of life is there to live without love? So we want to make sure we're open and that we're not blocked to receive, and that it's actually working the way it's supposed to. Because if you're stressed and rushing, it's just stagnant. It ain't doing nothing. If it's blocked, same thing. So you just got to make sure it's flowing right. And you're flowing those dense emotions out that come in from life experiences. Just check your heart. And as you breathe, I want you to breathe that breath through that heart, through the heart chakra. Just center on it. We're focused on that heart today with our breath work, and we are watching the energy flow through our heart, watching the breath, visualizing that pure divine energy. As we breathe in, I want you to breathe in that white light, that pure divine energy, and I want you to just breathe it all the way through that heart. I know it sounds not real, but it's very real. Just like you can't see your breath or the wind, this is how real this is. This is how we are in control of our life, is just by using our minds, just by focusing. If we can focus on our heart, it'll give you the message, hey, you need to let this go. This relationship that you've harbored, these people that you thought were supposed to give you all that love, the reason why it didn't work was because that's not where your love comes from. Your love comes from within, and you forgot that. You forgot how to love yourself and to purely fill yourself up with that unconditional love that's available anytime in the air. You can just say, well, that was love. Just loving myself today. Go through a list like you're a hard worker. You love your kids. You love your friends and family, and your pet's good. You know, there's a list that you can go down in your life to say, you know what, I am a loving person. But I don't really give that love back to myself. I'm always pouring it out to everybody else, which leaves me gasped. And I don't have any energy left because I feel responsible for that. No, your first responsibility is to make sure your cup is at least over half full, that you're healed and balanced. Because when you show up for others, you're not showing up in a good way, even if you think you are, because they can energetically feel that, especially children. Children can energetically, they're very sensitive because they're very connected to source at that age, all the way up until they're like 12 or 13, so until they start having to deal with that human brain, the human side, the analytical side. So they're highly connected to source. So if you're around them and you think that you're doing good when you're not healthy and healed, you're not, because they can feel that. They subconsciously feel your energy. Everybody does. Everybody can feel your heartbreak, your sadness, your loneliness, whatever you're harboring in that heart. Or your parents didn't love you right from your childhood. Whatever it is, that isn't where love comes from. Yeah, it's awesome when people love you back and they're in that energy. It's awesome when people are connected to their heart center and I'm around that energy. That's great. But that's not where your true love comes from. And that's the biggest lesson with this, is you have to figure out how to love yourself truly. How to be proud just of you. You don't have to have anything to be proud of. Just being proud of just who you are as a soul. And purely know that you are connected to source, to God, to the divine. So of course you're an awesome, beautiful soul. It doesn't matter material-wise. That material stuff doesn't matter. It matters if you're connected to your heart down here. Most of the time when people pass over, their biggest message as a spirit to people on earth is, love life. The only thing that really mattered was love. So we don't want to block that off, even if you had your heart broken, even if you've went through betrayal. That's okay. I taught you a lesson. What'd you learn? Well, you learned discernment. You learned to be strong. You learn not to wear that energy because you're learning how to transmute it and get through it. Clear your energy field. A lot of people don't understand how to clear that energy field when they go through a breakup or they go through something that's heartbreaking. They don't understand how to clear their energy. It does take time. You got to be patient, but you got to do self-love activities, which means time by yourself, things that you love doing, dancing, writing, singing, building something, just doing what you love to do. Maybe love four-wheeler riding, dirt bike riding as a boy, as a girl. I grew up in the country. That's all we did. Horseback ride, four-wheeler ride, dirt bikes, running through the woods, even taking a walk through the woods. People love doing that. My brother loves doing that. It helps clear him. He's always barefooted. It helps balance him out because he's an air sign. He needs a lot of grounding. So you got to find out what you love to do, but you can't keep basing your love on relationships and other people and things and materials, because that's when you're going to fall and learn another lesson. So this is empowering you. This is making you stronger. This is making you so powerful. When you are connected to your heart center, you're moving mountains. The number one thing here, honestly, that really matters is love. That's what you're going to take with you and remember, is the love that you shared with your loved ones, with life and your experiences. We're all connected, and a lot of people are trying to separate us. And that's okay, but we're not going to stay separated. We're going to know we're connected. We're not separate from the divine. We're a part of the divine. That's why we can access love anytime we want. We don't need anybody. And when you understand that perspective, you become independent and free. And guess what? That heart starts flowing. You feel a little bit more open every time you just kind of focus on that heart, focus on what you're learning, what you need to let go of. A lot of people won't let go because they don't understand their heartbreak. They don't understand why things happen the way that they did. So they absorb it and just hold it in. And then they block it off. They block off any more love coming in because of fear. Fear runs their life. Limitations. They limit themselves. And I'm talking about a lot of the clients that I work with and people that I'm around, okay? I don't know where you're at. You just decide, don't be judging. Don't feel guilty where you're at. It took me about 10 years to heal my heart, and I'm probably still working on it. That's why I'm always, checking my heart. I constantly have to do healing every day and make sure that I'm on point. Maybe not necessarily healing, but just trying to stay balanced, okay? Just trying to keep that energy balance, because we're mastering energy here in my sessions. We're learning how to change energy from one form to another, but to see life for what it is, see the truth, and use that wisdom and implement it. If you think Jesus is coming to ride your bicycle, if you are Christian, since we're in America, most people are Christian here, but if you think Jesus or any other spiritual leader, if you're another religion, is coming to ride your bicycle for you, they're not going to. You will always be here waiting for someone to save you. But you can implement the wisdom that Jesus was teaching, that other spiritual leaders that you're connected to are teaching, that I am teaching. I'm not here to have you follow me and worship any of that. None of that. I've never said any of that. I don't even care if you like my videos. I want you to do you. I want you to do what you want to do in that free will. But the biggest message is you got to do the work. You have to implement the wisdom. No one's riding your bicycle for you. You got to ride it, and you know you want to. You know you want, when you fall off, you know you want to get right back on and learn how to ride that. Learn how to, riding the bicycle is the energy, okay? And staying connected and empowered. But no one's riding that bicycle for you. But there's a lot of people that are genuine trying to help, especially the spiritual leaders that you're connected to. Okay, I'm very connected to Jesus, but we're not separate from him. None of us are separate from him or any other spiritual leader. That's what people are missing. They think that they're separate from Jesus and Jesus is more powerful than them and he's coming down to save them. No, Jesus was actually explaining how to use the power. Everybody has access to that. Every human is born with abilities. You have to figure out what your abilities are and how to use them, because everybody's journey and destiny is different. I'm a healer. Not everybody's a healer, but you are your own healer. You do have that power. But your destiny may not necessarily be to heal people. That's not what you picked as your purpose. That's all right. But you can still heal yourself. You still have that power and that ability. I don't talk about the divine, and I don't just talk about it. I walk with the divine. I represent them the best that I can. I try to communicate with you guys the best that I can. But the power and the wisdom that I'm explaining moves mountains. You know how I know? Because I've done it and I've showed my clients. That's why I'm here helping and guiding people, and I'm getting better at teaching everyone how to actually access that power by themselves so that I don't have to do all the facilitating of the healing. And that's okay if I have to. I'm here. When I went through all my stuff, I wish I had a healer. I would have paid $1 billion for a healer. There wasn't one doctor or one therapist that could have healed my heart. I kept asking them, tell me what I did wrong and how to reverse my karma. And they looked at me like I was crazy. And then they'd send me to someone else. When one door closes, that's because it's closed for a reason. No one's helping you. That's because God says that's a no. The divine, whatever you want to call it, source. They say, no, that's not the answer. That's why that door closed. You go to the next one. You go to people that actually teach you how to heal yourself so you don't depend on anything. Because that's not what we're born for. We're born for freedom. I don't care if you're in America or wherever you're at. We are born for freedom. Okay, when I look at the American flag and I live in America, those colors represent something to me. They represent the blue, peace. That white, that represents the divine, that's source. That's that white light to me. And that red, strength and love. But all those colors represent stuff to me. Just like aura and energy, you know what I mean? So you got to start seeing things for what it is, seeing through what you physically see, seeing through the heartbreak. Can you see through your pain and turn it into wisdom? Keep breathing. And if you're done with your breath work, you can chill too. But we got to move energy from that heart and just all the darkness. I want you to breathe it out and give it to the universe, okay? Just breathe in that divine white light, pure love, okay? Put love on it now too. I just did the white light earlier, but now love. I want you to feel that feeling of love. And if it's hard for you to cultivate those feelings, okay, I understand that, but just think what it means to love your child and give that energy, that focus back on yourself. That's a good pet, friends or family. But I want you to just purely focus on that feeling of love as you breathe it in through that heart. Okay, ask if there's messages. What do you need to let go of? That person betrayed you and broke your heart. That's okay. That person wasn't for you. They were just there to help you elevate, to help you push you up. Gives you that opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to find myself again. I'm going to find out who I am and who I'm going to become. I'm going to gain all my power back. And then I know I'm truly going to enjoy life because I feel energized. I feel recouped. And the biggest thing that we're misled on is we always have to have somebody. We don't always have to have anybody. You just need yourself and the power of your mind. So as we breathe through and change forms through that heart, The reason why we're talking is because not only are we breathing and transmuting that energy, but we're changing our perspective. When we change our perspective, we change our feelings. And when we change our feeling, we change our energy. And when we change our energy, we change our reality, right? And when we're tuned into that frequency of unconditional love and breathing that through and just healing our heart, you're going to be vibing high and just broadcasting nothing but love. And it's so powerful and pure, and it feels amazing. And you're seeing life for what it is. You love life for what it is. You love where you live. You love where your family is, no matter what. Or you love who your family is. You love people for who they are. You love yourself now again. Okay, if you're lonely and you don't have anybody and that hurts your heart, you'll get someone. You got to heal your heart first. You can't manifest anybody with a broken heart. You're not going to want to be around them. You want to manifest someone with a heart healed. So you just got to work on healing your heart. That means opening it up. So whether you've went through a heartbreak or you're just lonely in general, open that heart up right now. As you breathe in that divine love and white light, open it up. Open your heart. I had this one client, I still do. She has, her heart beat it's not regular. It's a heart fib, I think is what the doctors call it. I don't talk doctor language, just FYI. But anyways, she has issues with her heart and it's not beating right. And I've went over all of her life with her because I can tell you guys exactly where it's at. And she didn't take care of her child the way that she wanted. And she wasn't the type of mom that she wanted. And she's never actually been honest with her daughter about this. So that has actually caused her heart issues because she holds guilt and she won't be honest. So it could be heart issues like that with something like with your child, okay? Or with anybody else. But you can't hold guilt in there, and you gotta be honest and tell the truth, or you will have heart issues. So make sure you're just opening up to your family. You know, if something needs to be talked about, communicate. Don't be scared. Do you know how much they'll respect you? And still to this day, I've told her over and over, just be honest with your daughter, and I don't think she has. And I think she had to go get surgery recently because when I heal people, they think that they don't have to do the work and that they just get to go back to the life that they do. No, the healing doesn't sustain even this. It will never last unless you do the work and you implement the wisdom in the messages. If you don't learn the lesson, you will keep getting karma, which means a knock on your door, which is a body, pain, suffering, anything that's wrong with your body. That's a knock on your door saying, hey, you got to do this. If you don't, you're still going to have issues. So it's important to be honest as well and to know that honesty and truth will set you free. That'll open up your heart. And if she would just do that, she wouldn't even have any heart issues. She's over 70 years old. You know, some of them are stubborn. That's okay. I still love her. I still give her lots of love. I still talk to her all the time. Still try to pick her up. That's all right. I'm not going to control the way, but I'll try to help as best as I can and guide, but I'm not going to judge her because it's teaching me a lesson. It's helping me heal you guys. Every client that comes to me, I get more experience and more wise because everybody's got a different destiny, but similar. And it not only am I teaching, but you guys are all teaching me too. So make sure you're leaving comments. Make sure you guys are communicating with me, and I'm here to help communicate and help teach you guys the best way that I can, okay? And you guys are teaching me as well. I don't mind being criticized. I ask Spirit World all the time, hey, am I doing this right? I want to make sure like I'm on it. Am I teaching right? I want to make sure I'm on it. I don't want to be teaching, you know, fear and limitations or something that's not the truth. So it has taken me a long time to do my YouTube channel and to really actually put my voice out there and actually teach you guys this and help. and put myself out there because I just wasn't ready yet. I wanted to make sure I was on point. Okay? And you don't have to be perfect before you start your purpose and your dreams or anything, but just, the steps for my purpose and my dreams, I just make sure I'm, fully going to show up the way that I'm supposed to for others. Not perfect. I'm not perfect. Okay? I'm still human. I still have a lot of lessons. Healers have a lot to learn, but we are not perfect. Okay? Don't look at spiritual people as they have to be perfect, because that's not what we're here for. We are human. We still have to live the human experience. So, I want you to check your heart now. As we've been talking and breathing, we're changing our energy. Does it feel lighter? Do you feel a little bit like, oh, this stuff's making sense. It's helped lightening me up. If you've lightened up your energy, that means you have changed forms. You have done it today. Be very proud of yourself. If you even feel a little bit of relief, if you understand this wisdom and lessons and the way that your heart is supposed to be balanced and light and open and heart-centered. A lot of us forget to be heart-centered. We get caught up in the matrix. I want to heal people for free, but I just can't, because they will not take it seriously. They won't appreciate it if it's free. And I can't pay for everybody's karma. Just like Jesus can't ride all your guys' bicycles. He's riding his own. I got to ride my own. Other spiritual leaders got to ride their own. We're just here to guide you. You got to do the work. You got to show up for yourself. You don't have to be perfect. Just do a little bit each day for yourself. Just keep sitting in that vibration. I want you to get used to it. Here's the kicker. Once we've changed the form of the energy form, you guys have to keep it after you leave me. After you leave this session. After you leave the session that you're doing by yourself, whenever. This is just to guide you. You guys do your meditations and stuff by yourself. Go spend time with yourself. But you got to practice holding this vibration, holding this perspective. And if you go back to the lower perspective, just recenter. It's all right. If you get caught up in the matrix, it's all right. Recenter. I do too. But we still have to have that balance between, our spiritual side, which is just the part that we're connected to the unseen, to the higher realm. That's all spirituality is. It's just we're connected to something that is not physical and that is pure and divine. Higher intelligence. But when I'm still doing my work, I know I can't do it for free. I know people have to pay for their own karma and they got to do the work, okay? But I'm still fully heart-centered and fully love my work and my job. And I would go above and beyond for everybody, but I just can't. I got to make sure I'm doing that for myself. That's why I'm just here to guide people and make sure they're not depending on me. And then they'll ask me, well, how are you running your business? And that's not a very good business model. And I said, it's all right. It'll work. I promise. I don't need people coming back. And most of my clients, they don't come back. Most of them, if they're listening, they're off their medication. Their heart is healed. Their body's healed. And they're doing the work. Not perfect. We're not here to be perfect. You're perfect when you're up out of your body. I want you to enjoy being human. Here's your biggest message, and Jesus even told me this, because I work with him a lot. Lighten up. Everybody's taking life so serious. Keep that heart light. Open it. Open it to receive love. No matter where it's at, see it for what it is, but don't depend on it. You depend on yourself. You depend on your power and what you're focused on and how you're thinking and feeling. Because Earth is a vibration game. That's how you win. That's how you fully enjoy your life, is you're focused on what you're vibrating out, what's your vibes. Are they loving or are they mean? Are they angry and upset, lonely, guilty? You have all this, all these emotions that just don't feel good. Or are you vibing love and peace and light energy? Well, now you are, because you know how to do it. You know how to transmute it. It's just taking your focus and shifting, changing the form. You can just change your energy by your perspective, but it's easier to keep the energy solid, and you're a lot stronger, and your body is working a lot better when you actually do not just your meditation, not just your breath work, not just the perspective changing, but doing your cardio, eating good, lifting weights too with the cardio, doing your exercises, but eating good, drinking water, resting. Resting is highly important. If you're not fully rested, you'll be grouchy and off. Your head won't be clear. Your vibration frequency will be off. Just alone time, taking walks outside, listening to music, anything that raises your vibration, that lightens you up, makes you feel better, do it. That helps keep that heart lightened, okay? We want to make sure we keep light and the energy flowing through our hearts now. Forgive everybody that has broke your heart. I want you to send them forgiveness and tell them thank you for giving you this opportunity to access your powers and to transmute energy, to learn, because it's making you stronger and wiser so you can live the life you deserve. And maybe teach others that, like, even if it's just your kid or anybody around you, if they don't know. We're all here picking each other up, learning together. You send them forgiveness. I've had my heart broken several times, and I'm talking about unimaginable pain. I know it's very hard to forgive people, to forgive your enemies, to forgive people who are against you. But those people are actually there to help you elevate, so you thank them and you forgive them. And I've done the same for mine. Now, did it take me a while? Yes, because I went through, if you guys haven't heard, I wrote a book, Moving Mountains in the Rain. My life, my story was so traumatizing, I put it into a book. But it did take me a while to forgive. It took me a while to forgive, and I'm talking years. But once I actually fully forgiven them, and then I fully understood about how to forgive myself, because I understand how to forgive other people, most of us do, but do you really forgive yourself now? So you can forgive them, but did you forgive yourself? So there's like two parts to it. Okay, so you send out forgiveness to those people, because they were there to help elevate you, even though it seemed like it was all against you. That's how I felt. The pain was unimaginable, but I turned that pain into wisdom, and that's how I am here today. I didn't have anybody. I was completely alone, and I was completely in the dark, and I had to figure it out by myself. That makes me a powerful healer, because not only do I know how to do it, I've walked the walk. I've crawled my way through hell. And I'm talking literally crawled. I didn't think I was going to make it out of it. Okay? It's just a state of mind. When you feel like you're in hell or in so much pain, it's just a state of mind that can be changed, transformed. That's why the sun shines on everybody, right? Forgive everybody and forgive yourself, because your journey has led you here today. It taught you a lot of lessons, and you implement those now, and you're riding your own bicycle now, because look, you're transmuting the energy, you're shifting your perspective, you're implementing this after today, after you leave this session, or you have been, if you've been just on your spiritual journey. A lot of people around me, they're not very, they're still in the dark, they're still in the matrix. So you guys can comment and let me know where you're at. For my subscribers, sending you guys lots of love. And I truly appreciate all of you and everyone that has given me feedback. Just FYI, sending you lots of love. But you don't depend on me for love. You depend on yourself. But it feels good when someone sends you energy of love, doesn't it? Yeah. So receive that love. Open up your heart and receive it. Whether it's from the divine, it's always from the divine, but whether it's, just you and the divine, or if it's someone physical. But the divine sends love through everything physical. That's how it communicates with us, okay? Because we're living in a physical reality. But we also have to understand how to master the physical and the non-physical. And that's what we're doing here. And when you understand why things are the way they are, you can put them into place and process it and implement, whether you need to tell the truth, forgive yourself, forgive others for your heartbreak, whether you need to learn how to love yourself again. The heart holds a lot. That's why we want to keep it open, fresh, and balanced and healed. That feels good, huh? And we don't want anybody holding us back, especially our enemies or anybody that has caused us pain. You don't want them to block off your heart. Do not give them that power. Just release it and send them love and light too. You do not have to send your haters hate. There's a lot of people think I'm crazy. They call me a witch. They call me all kinds of things as a healer. That's all right. I'm okay with that. I know they got free will and opinions. That's all right. But I'm not here to be worshipped or to tell people, I'm the only healer and all that. I'm just saying, this is my purpose. I'm here to guide you guys and facilitate healing. But you guys got to do the work, okay? Even if I heal somebody with my hands and they walk out of my office and go live the same life and think the same way and feel the same way they did before, they will immediately go back to their old life. And then they blame it on me. Oh, or the divine. Oh, it didn't work. No, it worked. You just went back to your old ways. So after you leave here today, that's why I want you to maintain that vibration of forgiveness to others, forgiveness to you, the light energy, keeping that open. Because it's easy to shift and go back to your old life and the way that you're thinking, the old way of thinking and your belief system. Because that's how powerful our minds are and powerful that energy is. That is why you have to do the self-love and self-care. You have to make sure you're recentered. And the best way to do that is the self-care and self-love. And I've already given you guys that list. Meditation, alone time, walk outside, anything that makes you feel better, but mostly spend time by yourself. And then when you feel, balanced and your energy's pretty good, then go show up for everybody else, especially your kids. I'll go meditate in my room and then go show up for my kid. I had to do all this healing with my kid as a single mom, all by myself. You guys got this no matter what your circumstances are. I don't care if you spend 10 minutes with yourself. That 10 minutes will go a long ways. Now we're going to make sure we're focused on our heart and we are heart-centered, because now we have energy flowing through that heart. We're lightening it up. And when energy's flowing and your energy center is now going in your heart, guess what? It's going to finish healing. You'll finish transmuting. It'll finish letting you know what you need to learn as you go, but you will receive so much love that you will feel so full and amazing. And you'll look for love, and you don't have to look for it in material forms. Look for it in just energy. Just like even animals, just kids on, how they're laughing and playing and being happy. Just loving just where you're at, just loving the sun, loving your breath, appreciating that. Okay, you can focus on different things that you are actually grateful for to help stay in that heart center, okay? Be really grateful for your children, okay? A lot of people have a lot of hard lessons for your children. Your pets, families and friends, people that you love. That's the best part about life. And if you're not connected to that heart center and centered on your heart, everybody will feel that. So that's why we just want to make sure we're focused, centered on unconditional love, and we're receiving that pure unconditional love from others as well. We're not judging others. We're not judging ourselves. We're letting all that go now, and we're seeing it for what it is, because that makes sense, and you know that that's the truth. You can feel it deep down. We're just holding the vibration, kind of just sitting there, just going over the things. If you need to go over anything or work on anything, you can write it down after today, okay, or after this session, or just make a mental note. When you write things down, it helps you better remember it though. But just make a mental note on what you need to work on, what goals you need to implement, what do you need to do to show up. Do not feel like you have to rush. You don't have to do all this tonight. Just little bitty steps every day. So if you start journaling for 10, 20 minutes, that's a huge, and you never have before, that's huge. Very small steps will lead you to where you're going. And it's a part of the healing journey and the spiritual journey, is taking your time, being patient, and stop taking life so serious. It's not that serious. Lighten up. Biggest message today. I am sending you so much peace, love, and light energy. If this video resonated with you and you feel light and your energy flowing through your heart again, be really proud of yourself. You've done a really great job today. And if there's others that resonate with you too, don't be afraid to get help from them, but use your intuition on who you're getting help from. For example, if the doctors aren't helping you, the therapists, and you have to keep going back, that's the same karmic loop. So gain your independence and your freedom back, okay? Keep that energy light. I'll see you next session.